and welcome back to another ContinuousX podcast where we try to solve for X in the SDLC equation. Here with me is Mike Fitzurka, my co-host and colleague. And in this episode, we are pleased to welcome back our solutions architect friends from Google, Saurabh Chhatwal and Francisco Gonzalez. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Hello, Rick. Hello, Mike. Nice to be back here.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us back.
Yeah. I've been wanting to talk to you guys about ever since I saw all the innovations coming out of I/O and all of the advanced machine learning applications that are coming out. I've been diving deep into that for the past 6 months, like everyone else, I think, or at least in my news feed. And one of the concerns that I have, because this innovation is coming, whether the government sector is ready or not, and we need to be prepared. People want to take advantage of this capability, but there's still the concerns of being keeping state secret, and so we want to. We don't want to just spread the information out into a general AI that's available for the public, but how do you bring it into your agency, or can you use it effectively and securely?
No, I mean, I think that's a great concern. And we look at it, right? Like, you see the headlines that X company uses this large language model, and then they don't realize that all the code base that they were putting in for code reviews into that model now it's stored in someone else's server. So that's the kind of stuff that obviously as a government agency you want to avoid. And I think if we're talking specifically about those kinds of generative AI, large language type models like a ChatGPT or Bard, nowadays there are so many alternatives that are open source that are able to be installed on premises as well, or in your own environment, be it the cloud or be it on your own data center. So that's an option. But I think before even getting to that, it's very important for these agencies that have not used AI to the level that they'd like to first work backwards and understand, do we really need such a big, bulky model? Or is there something that's more niche or something that's more specific to the use case we want to solve? So that's the difference between going to something like what we've been discussing, what's been on the news, as opposed to going to something more interpretable, right? Mm-hmm. Something that is specific to either a classification problem, a regression problem, a forecasting problem, that kind of stuff. If you have the use case for that, then maybe find a solution that fits using that model. And that's why I think it's very important for organizations to consider that first before moving to something big that it's just a catch-all, right? I mean, I think it's very important for any organization, be it in the public sector and the private, to avoid as much as possible that black box model that you just throw data into it and hope something comes out and you have no way of verifying it.
Yeah, I think testing, it would be a huge issue when you're dealing with large data sets of diverse data and verifying your model.
No, exactly. And I think that brings up another great point, Rick. It's the idea of data strategy. I think before debating which model you use or how much compute power you have to reserve, right? I think it's very important to understand the data you have in your agency. What data is structured, where it's stored, what data is not structured, how can I access it? And then how can I have this data available to feed to a model? Is it something where I want to have an API approach and I want to have an API layer and then have the model interact with the API? Or is it something that I just want to do one dump, just a mass training, and then not really have any communication between the model and that data? So that's where I believe that's where the first step is in the data strategy. And that's why I advise any agency to first have a clear understanding of your data and its landscape, right? The type, what's structured, what's not structured, what kind of data is there, the compliance levels for each data. Because if you need something like, let's say, maybe it's a office inventory list, right? Or any stuff, anything like that, that maybe that doesn't need to be compliant with certain requirements because it's
Right.
just the stuff you buy at Staples or Office Depot.
Right.
So it's understanding that, because if you understand the security requirements for your data, it makes it much easier to be able to use out-of-the-box solutions as well, which is another thing I recommend. Always look for the simpler option instead of having to build your own in-house model. If you have the ability of using something that's already pre-built and pre-trained, test it out first because you save time and effort.
Yeah, that all makes a lot of sense. Just hit what is your actual use case? What are you actually doing? Then what data can support that? Or what data do you need? And then look for solutions that may not require that level of security, or if that's all your problem dictates. That makes a lot of sense. I was sorry. I think I was cutting you off, Saurabh.
I believe that there is a lot of work that needs to happen around in the macro environment from a policy perspective.
Yes.
And all the leaders in the space are actually, canvassing for involving government experts to build the right policy so that the products which are being shipped into the market are ethical.
Yes.
And with that mindset, with that lens, the flavors of cybersecurity, the flavors of diversity and inclusion will get the right color, and it would be a model for all, a model which reaches out and it's sustainable, because then there would be policy constraints in place, policy provisions in place, so that what is the tenancy of the data? Is it going to be a public data set? Is it going to be a private data set? Is there a need to geopolitically bound that data into a particular region for data sovereignty? Mm-hmm. And then I think we will have a global open structure which allows us to sustainably solve problems for citizens who are residents of a city versus a state versus a nation versus globally, because the use cases exist everywhere and we need to solve for all kinds of population.
Can I boil that down to like the AI ML approach or solutions are getting more and more advanced? But I think the problem in the public sector is more of getting your ducks in a row and what data can you run these models against? How can you come up with the use cases like Mike was saying, but also what data do I have? What data do I have access to? Who should be looking at this data? Who should be touching this data? So there's a lot of groundwork that public sector agencies need to do in order to even approach this topic and get their data assembly aligned, and then simultaneously work on AI and ML models to, like you said, Saurabh, produce results for our citizenry.
I would say yes. There is a lot of work that needs to be done on the policy side. There is a lot of work that needs to be done on the product side. And then, of course, this is a hyper-technical product. It's not your typical mobile. This is not your typical cloud, which the hyperscalers have mastered. This is an altogether new technology, and we need more hands to help us with.
I just want to be able to upload my wiki into an AI and then ask it to finish my project.
and that's where I believe, obviously, we talk about the point of there's just so many new models, there's so many new capabilities that are coming out that, I mean, just a couple of years ago didn't exist, right? Or even a year and a half ago, they didn't exist.
3 months ago, sometimes.
Yeah. And it's going to continue. The rate of innovation is going to continue increasing. And that pace is something that we can expect to keep up with, because by the time we're talking about the latest GPT model, there's already a new version coming out. And so it's something that, although we're talking about having a groundwork, right, of having the data strategy, having an understanding of your security requirements, and having the right framing for your problem. I also advocate, if you have a secure environment for you to experiment, start playing around with some of these technologies, right? If you can have just data that doesn't need to be conserved in-house, or you have data that you could just create just in order to test around, I 100% believe that you can start playing around with the latest toys as you continue building the foundation in order to then adopt them, if it makes sense, into your agency.
Right, and I'll plug your own products. You don't have to. You could if you don't have the hardware for it, you can spin up a collab and just borrow or rent a high GPU for pennies an hour. It's very easy to try to experiment with just smaller data sets. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you go, like you mentioned, Colab, or if you use something like a Vertex AI notebook, I mean, you have the ability of using GPUs, and in the case of Vertex AI, TPUs, right? And you can start playing around with these models in a notebook like fashion, and you see it now. I mean, at the enterprise level, obviously you have Vertex AI, and then the consumer level, Google released Bard, which is just another one of many large language models available for consumers in the marketplace. So there are opportunities for you to be able to start playing around and at least see, hey, what can I do here? Because that's the other thing too, right? The traditional machine learning model or AI model of how you work is you have data, or first you you find the problem that you want to solve. You make sure you have the data. If you don't have that data, you collect it. And then you build the model and you continue validating the model until it looks good enough for you to release into production. But now, with the idea of generative AI and large language models, what we're now seeing is there's so many capabilities that we could use that we may not think about them before using that model, right? I mean,
and then you can consume this using APIs and then embed these within your apps for specific or limited use cases.
No, exactly. I mean, you see it with, for example, chatbots for agencies or airlines. Something that before the idea was a chatbot had to have strict rules, and it'll give you. I use airlines because it's I think the simplest example, right? Where you say, I need to look at my flights. I need to manage my flight. And then, okay, well, press 1 if you want to view your flight information. Press 2 if you want to modify it, and so on, right? Now, with large language models, you have the opportunity to have a more natural conversation with this chatbot, and then plug in, like Saurabh said, right? You have the ability of plugging in APIs that it can then look for something like, oh, well, let me check the weather in this area, and then I'll send you a notification if there's any weather alerts or any other things like that. And now you're going beyond just this this inbox model that's limited to only the rules you place, to now go to the ability if you can connect this to the whole internet if you want, right? Theoretically speaking, just based on all the APIs available.
Such a great example, Francisco, because there's the bane of my existence are these chat boxes when they don't have the response that is pertinent to my question, my concern. And as they get more and more sophisticated, that's going to be a good public service for anybody using a service, whether it be commercial or whether it be public sector. So it's such a nascent realm still, even with all the advances and I wouldn't say hype because it's very, very real. I think we're still on the cusp of something like that's going to be great. And I can't think of any two people from Google to speak about this topic with. So I really want to thank you guys for this episode. I think there's a lot to contemplate, and I'd like to thank our listeners and viewers for your time and attention. Stay tuned for our continued conversations with other technology experts in the field as we try to solve for X in the SDLC equation.